with the Granger, he was able to do wonders.
Even with the Sun Gold Lane.
Yeah, the Sun Gold Lane as well. That was delirious, to be honest. And now let's take a look at the random map draw. It'll be Dangerous Grass.
What a way to start for Beloyski.
What a way to start.
This is a dream come true.
It is a GEEK fan map, I'd say, and Beloyski will have fun.
Look at
on this map.
EVOS ban. Even Season 17, the Hellcard still auto ban against GEEK.
Yeah, some things never change, man.
Some things never change.
They still ban the Hellcard off fear that it'll possibly pop up for EVOS.
I wonder who made that call, right? Was it Luke? He's like, guys, I know how he plays. Just ban it, man.
Just ban it. You don't want to pressure like... He will be gone, right, in the map, and he will just pressure every lane with his Hellcard. So, especially with Dangerous Grass, in which it will help Hellcard a lot.
Yeah, and the Fanny obviously banned out because of how strong Albert is on the Fanny. And that'll be supplemented too with the brawly type of gameplay that GEEK fan also wants to play. And the Chusian, still a prio pick to be banned. The Sora, you know?
The typical second pick ban, Zuxian, Freya, and one more.
Yep.
It's just typical second pick draft, and let's see what's gonna be first pick by... Ooh, wow!
Redrin.
I think this is more aligned to what we saw in the Philippines week 1.
Yeah.
Yesterday was a bit odd. We saw the Frederick completely ignored, but maybe it's because we had Nile, Yazuke, you know, more of those carry players. Albert, you got a full package with this guy, man.
Mr. Consistent. And do you want to go for the Yves to poke out the Fredrin?
Yeah.
And also maybe Khalid? Or there's Marshall Stoven. Yeah, Marshall
Marshall is
Stoven.
available. The
Marshall
Yves
is
is very
available.
strong. Oh, they go for
Ooh, they're
Hilda.
called Hilda.
Talk to me about this, Aldo.
I think they're looking, because Fredrin early game is kind of weak. He's susceptible to Hilda's.
What the hell?
Wow.
What?
Well,
Wait.
damn, if you have Luke, might as well just utilize him.
Yeah, this is a
I didn't expect it game 1, though.
Wow. And they expected it with the export pick.
Yeah.
The GEEK.
I don't know which one's more impressive. The fact that EVO's got the cojones to pick up the Masha this early and a chip after... How long has it been since we saw a chip and a Masha combo?
Yeah.
Or the fact that GEEK fan read it.
Read it with the export pick, yes.
Man, I'm impressed.
And it was instant export pick.
Beloy. This is why you just give Beloy
B.
control, bro.
Yeah,
just give him control.
Big brain below, and the Valentina ban, because you don't want to steal. You don't want to let the Valent steal the last insanity because it's too good. But holy, this first game, EVOS just went out with a bang on the draft.
Yeah, Baxia ban.
Baxia ban.
Rotational plays will be the name of the game for EVOS, especially when they have
wow, they're fast.
chip available. The Harith taken out as well.
Very fast
this is
draft.
a very fast
That's
draft.
very fast draft.
Yeah, I mean, just look at the difference between last season's GEEK Fam and this season's GEEK Fam. Right?
Yeah.
We haven't seen the result yet, but Beloy is super decisive in drafts, man.
Yep.
Ooh,
Still
this
being
is gonna
Beloy.
be a spicy game for sure.
Oh, the Marksman ban here come through. Oh, no, sorry, they had the Cloud already. So now EVOS,
Maybe a
the
Suyo
Eve-
ban? Or
Suyo ban.
to respect. Or the Leo Mord, yeah.
Okay, so the Suyo is going to be contested.
Yeah, Suyo is a flex, but I don't think it will be picked by EVOS, but maybe it's a good pick for GEEK. But the Xbox is also a flex, right? It can go jungle and could go FP, but I prefer it to be a matchup against the Masha because they're both scaling and it's hard to pop out the frag armor as the Masha.
We saw Faramis yesterday.
Yeah, Faramis.
Oh, yeah.
But we see a last pick Faramis for a boy. I mean, Suyo is a signature pick for May Kids.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
As much as Faramis is a signature pick for a boy.
Yes.
Yeah, they with the Faramis, it'll enable them to kind of just juke it out. Especially when EVOS has the chip, right? They're gonna get engaged. That Faramis ultimate will be very, very handy. So now, to close out the draft for EVOS, two last picks.
I think I would go is a Farsha or Eve. I think Ace Farsha is better because you need someone to pop out the frag armor for expert from a safe place. And Farsha ticks the box for that.
Is Eve not as fast to
No.
put Raga?
Up against a Suyo, Hilda, and Claude.
Claude,
Suicide.
yeah.
Ah, yeah. Very immobile as well. With Farsa has the wings by wings.
Yeah.
It'll be super safe for the Farsa. They go for the
Ooh.
Granger. And that's the Farsa, yes, called it. Beautiful shot from Aldo there.
Of course, they give my boy Erlan Granger.
Yeah, an answer.
That is a great answer,
To the
actually.
counter engage
Yeah.
the chip, yeah.
I don't know why I completely forgot about Zetian, but yeah, Zetian is like, I'd say Juicin, Eve, and then you get Farsa and
Farsa,
Zetian
yeah.
at the same tier right there.
Ooh.
Talk to me about this.
I'm so excited for this draft, man. I mean, this is like
Yeah.
hero power against hero power, you know?
Yeah, and they didn't take their time at all.
Yes.
They were blitzing it quickly. And before we start, talk to me about the this Jatian pick in GEEK fam? What is going to be? Is it subjective?
I think this is just for counter engage. So when Chip goes into the teleport, he will just pop the Fury of Phoenix to delay the engage, and also to proc from a very safe place, because from EVOS side it's only Masha, but you know how crazy Luke's Masha is. So let's see his debut match back in MPL with Masha.
Yeah, that passive from the Jatian will be very handy. But now, will we be entertained with all the power picks coming in game 1 of EVOS against GEEK fam? Onto the land of dawn we go, as they both will treat us with a beautiful and explosive draft.
Yeah, they both want to go fast, so I think we're bound to be entertained here. But Coach Aldo,
yes,
you saw the counter index earlier. It was heavily in favor of GEEK fam. Do you agree?
Nah, I think the counter index is kinda, you know, sometimes good, sometimes bad.
It's a scam.
It's a
I agree with you. I'm not a fan of the counter index and the land rating a lot of times, but GEEK fam, man, Zetian is such a lane bully. Level 1, it's great.
Yeah, lane bully with the skill 1. Very, very hurtful.
and look and make it.
Make it, gonna make his way, especially with the Beloyski. So this Hilda, right? You can't. I mean, you can kind of bully the Fredrin, but the Fredrin is still very strong. Beloyski, he's gonna flicker away.
Oh!
A boy catches Streaky in mid. The rookie, feeling the jitters of playing in MPL, instantly punished by the veteran.
I think the Parsha just steps too far ahead against the Zed, and you need to play safe, because the first is so long.
Yeah, emblems by Bayou though. Talk to me about the Suyo emblem, because a lot of the Suyos in PH, they pick up that marksman emblem, right? That's gonna be the meta, but now Make it sticks with the assassin.
I think if you go assassins, yes, you just want early damage, early pressure, kill pressure, to ganks more, and to pressure the side lane and the mid lane more.
Yep.
So yeah, it's quite normal too. Oh,
Flickers away. It's gonna be fine, but at least a spell trade is there. Let's take a look at the XP battle though. Luke a bit bullied.
Yep.
But Marcel is still strong with that Faraga armor too.
You just cannot lose this lane against a Masha with an export. This is a pure counter, man.
Yeah.
And the fact that you have a Fredrin as well, this export is going to have so much value.
The true damage as well, just going to be bursting down the Fredrin. But now take a look at the Turtle Prio. Who's going to have that priority, Coach Phil?
I think GEEK has the priority, right? Because he's not level 4 yet. He doesn't have his ultimate, and yeah. And they're just gonna bully Luke.
Luke is completely bullied. This is gonna be a dive Mirko.
Yeah, this is a very harsh welcome back to MPL from his ex-teammate, a boy. Make it Marcel. Yeah, they make quick work out of that Masha.
Yeah, feels like coming back to your toxic ex. Welcome back, Luke. Wow, completely demolished up top.
I think now, as an EVOS, you want to bank more on Ireland. Because I think Luke is not having a great time at XP lane for sure.
Some predictions by GoPay though. As usual, Papulong doing Papulong things. You know, going against the consensus. With GEEK fam and the rest of us, you know, 2-0, 2-1. It's only 2-1 with KB. EVOS is going to be, you know, the winner. But looking at how Luke is... hold on a minute. Beloyski.
Uh-oh, I don't know if they want to go up against Makis like this. The stun of the Fury of the Phoenix catches them key. Pops in the shortcut, now the full taunt. A big bomb coming down. Makis taken out by Luke. That's revenge.
That's the power of the shortcut. You turn things around quickly in the blink of an eye. So does this kind of compensate for what Luke lost up top?
Yeah, I was waiting to say like, just wait for the chip shortcut. When the chip has the shortcut, they will be explosive. But before that, they will be playing passive.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing that GEEK fam punished the Masha first. But yeah, as you can see, if they have the shortcut, it's kind of very fast.
Yeah, you can have match tempo as well. EVOS. Well, I think that's the first time we saw the shortcut being utilized by EVOS. And yeah, that is actually an X factor that we completely kind of disregarded. And yeah, they were able to turn things around. Obviously, the gold lead is still not surmountable for EVOS. But for GEEK fam now, what are their main goal? How do they want to play when that chip shortcut is always available?
I think they just want to delay the shortcut. I mean, if they don't have the shortcut, they want to go. But when they have the shortcut, they just want to kite back and wait for the Fury of Phoenix to counter-engage the shortcut. But I think the Turtle Prio is still on GEEK fam because they're so quick.
Yep. The Suyo is going to go to that Turtle, especially when you have a mini retry with the skill 2 of the Suyo. And now Key,
He's dead, but he puts down the shortcut in time. Marcel's doing... Oh, Albert wins the retry battle against a Suyo. Big bomb coming down. The Fury of the Phoenix will stop them from pushing it further.
Now, that Fury of the Phoenix will be the key to kind of stop the engages from EVOS, especially when they want to brawl, when you have a shortcut, and then you have a Masha, a Fredrin coming at you, just taunting you and bursting you down. It feels like EVOS has everything complete. They have a front line, they have the people that can poke from the back line and make it to the Sky Piercer Fury Hammer build, completely neglecting the Hunter Strike first item. This is the way I built my Suyo.
Oh, Tricky!
Oh.
Way too aggressive in mid, no flicker. Do you think it was worth saving the flicker, coach? I'm not too sure. I think should have flickered, no?
I think it's fine because there's no objectives in the so I think I may be saving it for the next turtle, but yeah, I think maybe this the rookie jitters, man.
Yeah, I think saving that for playoffs might be the cue for Tricky, if he is going to play on playoff.
But if we were gonna talk back like for the second turtle, I thought EVOS was gonna give because they have two scalings, right? Ranger and a Masha.
Yeah.
But when the shortcut is up, they're just gonna go for sure.
Now look at the damage though. Yeah, back to my point, like I said, they have a complete all-rounded draft. Like EVOS, they have brawlers that can just run into you and then beat you down, and then they have people who can poke from behind you to the far side in the Granger for a front to back. That could be very, very strong. And then you can kind of play around, you know, Marcel with the Faraga armor. You can kind of tone it down and then just make it completely unavailable on the team fight. As we take a look at the players called by Todak, Erlan still leading. So Erlan, he's going to be a sleeping giant, Mirko. This is your GOAT.
I was about to say, man, the scariest airline is when he's forgotten. That's why I gave him the moniker, the Forgotten Tiger. What? Hold on, Tricky, finally. There you go, that's the flicker. The taunt coming down as well. Feather airstrike. Interesting. This is, I don't think this is the right time, though, because you look at the turtle and it'll be spawning in 3 seconds. Albert already recalling. Beloy gets away.
It's kind of an anomaly to see how much they brawl on mid, but yet none of the tier 1 turrets are taken down. It's still standing strong, and now they want to fight for the turtle. It feels like GEEK want to contest, but it's a bit far for Masha, for Luke. Obviously, they have the shortcut, and Makits will be ready to pounce around this turtle.
Yeah, Albert wants to go with 50-50. Beloyski in the back line just jumps in through the Phoenix, and it's still Albert wins out the Rectory battle. Lays into it from Kenziski over on Key as Beloy tries to hold 2 members down. Appraiser's Wrath coming down as Erlan goes for the gun down. Beloyski very low, still able to escape, but Erlan snipes him out.
Luke.
A boy with a flicker out. Luke's gonna die over 2 Makits. And EVOS, do they still get the win there? It's 2 for 1. They got the turtle though.
Yeah, Luke went for the smash onto a boy, but the Jatian passive again, knocking him back. That's gonna be the safety key for a boy.
Yeah, but I think it's a 2-minute cooldown. But
Yeah.
it's weird for me to see EVOS playing chip, but they don't play the side lanes. They play in the mid lane. It's kind of weird because if you want to play chip, you want to pressure the side lanes.
Yeah. I feel like, you know, Luke has been extending up top to kind of push around, but there isn't anything accomplished yet. I mean, EVOS were able to get that bottom side turret, and a lane swap will be done, obviously, for Marcel. He's doing great, I think.
Yeah, this is a very good state game for EVOS because they have Masha scaling. Masha having 2 kills and 2 deaths it's fine because he will just be like a suicide bomber in the late game.
He's just gonna be running at the players of GEEK Fam and then just exploding.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really care if he dies because the follow-up will be there, but Loyalty crashed onto.
Oh, I don't know. Beloyski's the right target though. Erlan, everyone's the right target for his Sky Piercer, I guess. And that makes it 2.
I think the Fury of the Phoenix is a defensive tool, but when you want to go on the offense, it feels like GEEK Fam are lacking follow-ups to kind of just, you know, capitalize on the Fury of the Phoenix.
I think they just haven't hit their power spikes. They gotta wait a bit longer for Kenzie.
Yeah.
They need to wait longer for Kenzie and also...
Hey! Dia turun, dia naik, you know that song?
Imbangi gua, imbangi gua!
Imbangi gua, imbangi gua!
Mr. Booty.
How do you say that? Imbangi gua. You know, match me. And then he's like, hey, but kamu boot.
Man, it's great to see Chidera doing well, man. He's a very funny guy. Definitely fits the streaming business.
Yes, sir.
But I still miss, you know, seeing him in the land of Dawn here. MPL.
Yeah, he has been farming clips on TikTok. And how funny he is. He's a very funny guy. But now back to the game. The Lord is available. And yeah, I think up top, they're still staying on the long lanes with the side lanes. But obviously that's going to be the accomplishment for Luke to kind of just push and shove away the minions.
Oh, flanked by Beloy. Makits! Straight up with a surge. He's going to die there. Luke's going to walk up. Erlan picks up another Sky Piercer, and slowly but surely, Erlan's going to snowball out of control. Luke, Makits! Great dash away.
Great dodge. I think, yeah, for the long lanes, EVOS will not have a problem because they have a chip with a shortcut. But the smart thing is, Geek Farm just want to find a skirmish, small skirmishes
Yeah.
to bait out the teleport. Because Kenziski wasn't joining the fight. He just farms top lane, get the tower up top, and yeah, scale more.
Yeah, scaling is gonna be the name of the game. Both teams, let's take a look at the items by Dunya Games. War Axe and the Antique Cuirass for the Export, and the Masha has a very strong item there. Have to teach him the BOD, but for Erlan, he's gonna go for that. I think he's gonna go for that last item with the Malefic Roar, the Sky Piercer, and the Hunter Strike available too.
And he's going for the Wind of Nature.
Yeah, Wind of Nature.
Ooh, good poke on boy.
And now they're gonna dance on the Lord. It's gonna be a very long game for Geek Fam. They have to force the fight if they don't want to let Luke just demolish the side lanes. He's gonna get the turret for free. But down bottom though, it feels like a slow push has been building for Geek Fam. And Marcel is gonna answer the call to stop Luke from going. War Axe completed for Make It.
Whoa. So this is the split push Coach Aldo was talking about, you know?
Yep.
Have the chip, you want to have the Masha up top.
Because they will always. Oh, nice poke.
Oh, a
Very
boy.
good poke. Yeah, Avoyer is going to just have to play with the Fury of the Phoenix.
Yep.
That's way too low.
Albert is on.
Yep. That's it. Lord reset again. Great Lord dance.
Great Lord.
But Masha has been pulled to the mid lane, and Luke is gonna let the top side minion push on to the top side turret as well. I mean, they have a slow push building for Evo, so that's gonna be a prio for them. The crash!
Kenzie.
Oh, he got Scott, Kumar, man. We've been seeing a lot of this. Arfi yesterday, now it's Kenzie.
That push.
The dangerous grassman.
Yeah.
Surge over on Key. Doesn't have the shortcut. But look at the damage. The Feather Airstrike taking Make-Its down to a quarter.
Another Lord Dance. That's gonna be priority for EVOS because it feels like Geek Fam will lack damage. Without the appearance of Kenzie, maybe Make-Its can carry this fight. They can start to feel.
Goes in. It's still Albert. How does he keep doing it? Make-Its has lost every single retreat. Now it's Marcel with a flicker in. S17 takes Albert down, but Erlan's unstoppable. 50 stacks on the Sky Piercer.
There's a lot of stacks for Erlan and EVOS. With the baby alien now and a pack of tigers. Still winning the retry, Albert. He's consistently hitting the retries, and with the Federate against his Suyo, that was a fear of the Phoenix on top.
Yeah. Albert, I have no words for him. Like, his retry is on point. I mean, but I want to take a look on Tricky. We said that he's an early game jitters, rookie jitters, but he's been playing very well. When he see Aboy, he just Federate extract him to poke him out and isolate him from the team fight.
Yeah, and we know this. By GoPay. This marks the return. Hold on a minute again!
Oh.
Kenzie's. Oh my goodness, Luke!
Oh,
He's gonna jump in on a boy. No, he doesn't find the range. Thank goodness for a boy. Here the Phoenix lands flush, but I don't think EVOS care that much. The Sky Piercer's built up already. It's all the way down to 70 stacks now. Erlan, he's having a field day.
Oh, Luke is a man possessed. He doesn't have anything to lose. He's running onto the base of Geek Fam with the turret still standing.
Oh my god. Kenzie, 2 times already, man.
Completely caught off guard. They're gonna siege again. The Feather Airstrike pop. Make-Its can only see from afar. And do I have time for the fun fact from GoPay? I do. That was Luke with the Masha. The last time he used that was 323 days ago. And that was when Bigatron was sent home by TLID.
Hey, you know, why you gotta bring up that stat? Why you gotta bring up that stat? You just say 323 days. That's a pretty good stat. Why you gotta pull up the when BTR lost?
You know, it's a wake-up call. You know, it's back to your roots type of deal, right?
Well, Albert, you know, it's strange to say because you have a Granger who's 7-0, you have a Masha and a Farsa, but my MVP this game is still Albert.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh no, Kenzie's
Key!
3 for 3! Shortcut on Kenzie, gets stunned up as well! Erlan gets a double! That's a last insanity defensively, Luke's running him down! Erlan! Again goes in and he's gone and done it! It's a maniac for the Forgotten Tiger! Will a boy give him the Savage?
Give him the Savage!
That's a question. We've seen 2 Maniacs already on day 1. The third one comes in day 2. But could it be the first Savage? It looks like they want to give it to him.
I think we get it.
It's an unofficial Savage.
Wow! The White Tigers with the Forgotten Tiger makes themselves known. Once more, their roar and completely pounds on GEEK Fam in game 1. In dominant fashion, EVOS takes the game 1-0.
What a way to introduce yourself back to the MPL from Luke. A very solid Masha game, but still, Albert is my MVP.
Yeah.
I agree, dude. Great
Albert.
maniac. You know, maybe
Yeah.
Savage would be close, but it would still be Albert. How does he keep winning? Okay, Fredrin wins red trees, yes, but it was up against a Suyo.
Yeah.
And a couple of times, Albert wasn't in the pit. He was outside of it. So, man, walk us through this game, Aldo.
I mean, it's kind of sometimes it's kind of weird to see EVOS like playing chip, but doesn't really play in the side lane. But I can see why, because they're just waiting for the shortcut to let Luke play to the access to the back lane of GEEK Fam. So it's an amazing game to watch. Albert's strategy was very on point. Ireland's positioning was great. He was untouched this game. The shortcut was perfect, and yeah, what a way to introduce them back to MPL.
He completely shut down. And Luke, he had nothing to lose again. This was mentioned by Coach Do in game, where he's just gonna be the guy who's just gonna run at you and die. He's not gonna care. You know, I mean, if he's gonna run at the Chetian and the Chetian pops the passive, that's a mini win for Evo, so that in the next skirmish, you have that passive gone, and then the Fear of the Phoenix, obviously not stopping the Masha. What a game. We saw Luke completely bullied up top, because against an export, the Masha is gonna... It's gonna be so hard for the Masha to win the lane, especially when he was constantly ganked up top. But he made it happen. I mean, props to Albert as well, winning the red tree multiple times.
All the time. He had a
all the
100% red tree win.
Yeah,
Damn.
when he's contesting the turtle.
Yeah.
But it's just the beauty of chip. One shortcut is all you need.
Yeah. We talked about this. I mean, they were losing a bit in the early game, and then they popped the shortcut. They got like 3 kills. Obviously, quite a shaky game for Trekkie, but you know it's gonna be fine. It's your first game on stage. The jitters are still there. I believe he's just gonna shrug it off for game 2.
But props to him.
Yeah.
He played the pressure very well. Like, he knows his job test is just to poke out a boy. If he shows, I feather extract him, so my Masha doesn't get poked.
Yeah.
Yeah. He didn't let the first 2 deaths really, you know, dictate the rest of the game, which is great, because EVOS could have been in real trouble if, you know, he didn't really do his job. And Freaky goes to show you why the VL team boys are getting a lot of them are promoted over to MPL.
Yeah. They have a lot of young guns on season 17. It's in 17, sorry, and this is the winning moment we saw. Talk to us about this, Coach Do.
It's always the shortcut start, and it always Kenzie getting caught. I don't know, it's unlucky or his positioning, it was kinda tough, but yeah, it's always the shortcut from Key, which is maybe the experience speaks for itself.
Yeah. Wow. Let's take a look at the MVP presented by the official gaming phone, Infinix. It is obviously Albert. He is not gonna lose those red tree battles. Up against a Suyo, a Hilda, an X-Fork as well that's gonna burst down your white shield. It's insane.
Mr. Consistent, and it's the first pick Fredrin.
First pick red tree.
It's the first pick Fredrin. It shows like how confident he is playing that hero, man.
Yep. What else do you see from Albert aside from the red trees, obviously?
And
Playing this Fredrin.
of course, he's doing his job well. He became the first man in his team.
Yep.
He became the one who opened up the map, giving vision, because Chip is not that good at doing that. So he became the first man, and yeah, he does. The red tree is amazing. The way he peel for Ireland is also very good. That's why Ireland have 0 deaths. It's all because of him.
Yeah, again, this competition is so dynamic. Again, like I said, you know, you have a chip, you can go and just dive on towards GEEK Fam. Obviously not really a dive because you're just gonna run at them.
Yeah.
You can kind of play kick and rush, and then you can kind of poke from behind. Adelan was doing that. Ricky was doing that wonderfully as well. And it feels like the Hilda was quite hard, and the Kenzie's key in the Kumar booth. It was so hard for him to maneuver out of that.
And that's what I love about Albert. If you stick closely, like if you pay attention, he will always stay by Ireland's side.
Yeah.
And the one who engaged is gonna be Luke and he.
Oh my god. My expectation was you pop the Fear of the Phoenix defensively, and then you can have kind of like a re-engage, right? You have the Blazing Duet, maybe the Last Insanity again, and the Suyo can just poke away with the skill 2 hold. But it's just not enough. Look at Luke just running at them.
Albert and Alan just holding hands, man.
Yeah, they are.
They're just holding hands.
In unison. Well, Miracle, was that an entertaining game?
Oh, that was very entertaining, man. But I'm just lost in thought right now because GEEK fam, like Coach Aldo said, they have to ban Jusin, they have to ban Freya.
Yeah.
So what do they let go to ban out the Masha? 'Cause, man, I don't think you can let the Masha open. Or if maybe the Fredrin, right? You need a Fredrin to pull out the Masha, you need utility jungle. So you have to ban one of those.
Yeah.
And this is a question that a lot of MPL teams will have to answer up against EVOS.
Yeah, obviously it now becomes fair and square for this match because EVOS has to allocate one ban for the Hellcurt, and now GEEK fam might think that they need to allocate a ban for either the Masha or the Fredrin.
Or the chip.
Or the chip
I think
even.
it's like a trinity, you know?
Yeah, obviously.
Or the Granger merge.
Or the green.
Great
Yeah.
merchant. Yeah, you can do that in second phase, but if they take it first phase, then you are completely screwed.
He is back in form, 12-0-4.
Yeah.
In his first game back, MPL S17 with Granger, and he got a Maniac, unofficial Savage.
Yeah.
I mean, this man should be, you know, just ban out the Granger, man, against Erlan.
This was his performance on the playoffs of last season.
Yeah.
I remember he was scoring a multitude of kills and just insanely good at this hero, the Granger. And it feels like we have a showdown of two Grangers, of two great Grangers. Kenziski made his name with the Granger as well. But Erlan is also very infamous with the Granger. 60k damage dealt.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just insane.
I don't want to take away from Kenzie, but this Granger is the best Granger. You know, like in Indonesian standard wise.
Yeah.
Better than
maybe-
Aman?
No. I'm talking Indonesian, right? Helra, Eman, we will find out. Find out this season, right?
We will.
But we gotta find out whether Erlan has learned new heroes. That's the thing. Right now, it almost looked too good to be true. EVO's got all of the picks they wanted.
Is he still gonna be a Granger merchant, or is he able to play other heroes, do you think?
I think from watching his stream, I think he picked up a couple of heroes. I think he's a good Freya too, I think. But let's see in MPL, because it's different.
It's gonna be a different stage, yeah. But I think a few of other remarkable heroes that he has is all.